I have been working with organizational leaders and team leaders since quite a few years. And every time I ask them a question that while running an organization or while working with a team, what is your one of the biggest challenge that comes in front of you? And ironically, the biggest or rather, the common most answer that I have found from people is that managing a team and getting things done through that team is one of the most difficult tasks that they have faced. And then when I probed further, that what makes it difficult? What are the things that makes it difficult to get things done from people, or why people cannot work together? And then through that probing, after doing it for a number of years, I came to a conclusion that there are 7 such challenges that majority of team leaders and organizational leaders that they face. Now, what are these 7 challenges? So we will quickly have a look at these 7 challenges and what as an organizational leader, as a team leader, what are the things that you need to be working on, developing your skills. That's the precise thing that we will talk about. The first and most important challenge that is found across organizations, across the globe, and among all kinds of people is the challenge called as distrust. People do not trust each other. So whether they are working together in a team, they don't trust each other, or they don't trust their bosses or their leaders, and their leaders don't trust them. That is the biggest challenge, because all other challenges are in a way result of this basic challenge. Because trust is nothing but a foundation for any team's functioning. And when that doesn't exist, all other challenges also start creeping up. The second most important challenge that is faced by organizational leaders and team leaders is fear of conflict. Because people don't trust each other, people also don't trust each other with their opinions and their point of views. So people don't share those. Second important thing is that people always, because they don't trust each other, they think that if I disagree with someone, he may not like it or he may get hurt. And because of that, diverse points of views are not shared. People get afraid of that conflict, they desist from the conflict, and because of which a lot many new ideas just die down. So majority of challenges occur because of these 2 things. One, distrust among people, and the second, fear of this conflict. The third challenge that emanates from these 2 challenges, that is the absence of trust or distrust, existence of distrust among people, and the fear of conflict, it gives rise to people not giving their commitment to any action plan, or they are not committed to the results that need to be achieved. So people don't take ownership of whatever the objectives are, and then everybody is actually thinking about how, if this doesn't happen, how is it that I'm going to save myself? And because of that, people don't commit. When people don't commit, there comes the 4th challenge, and that is about the lack of accountability. If I'm not committed in any course of action, I will never be accountable mentally, internally, for the results that get produced because of that process. So this third challenge related to commitment and ownership, and the 4th challenge related to accountability, or basically the avoidance of people from taking any kind of accountability, gives rise to the 5th challenge, and that is no result orientation. So if I'm not committed, if I don't take ownership of the tasks, if I'm not accountable for the results, I'm not result oriented. And the kind of results that the organization is looking for, or the results that are expected, never come into reality. So the 6th and 7th challenge, they actually are not about team members, if you really look at it. They are about the team leaders, right? And it's the team leader's failure to do certain things because of which the team does not function the way in which it needs to, or it doesn't give you the results that are expected from that team. Now, what are these two challenges? The first out of these two challenges, and one of the very critical ones, is that it's the leadership's lack of focus on developing their team members. So the leaders get so much focused on the results that need to be accomplished that they tend to forget that it's the individuals who are going to make those results happen. And for those individuals to make those results happen, they need consistent and continuous developmental effort. Now, how many leaders do take that? So individuals in your team needs to be developed consistently, regularly. Only then you will get the expected results. And last but not the least, lack of appropriate leadership is the most critical reason why teams fail to achieve their desired outcomes. Now, what do I mean by lack of appropriate leadership? Leaders develop their own behavioral styles and they keep on repeating it, and they conveniently forget that there is a beautiful saying in English language which says, different strokes for different folks. You can't treat all the people in the same fashion. Everyone requires a different treatment. So not only that, the second important meaning of appropriate leadership is that as a team leader or as an organizational leader, you are good at certain things, not at all the things, right? You have your own specialties. Similarly, your team members also have their own specialties. So when things are related to the specialty of your team members, do you transfer the role and responsibility of leadership to your team members? And that's a vital question to ask yourself. These are 7 challenges that you need to keep in mind at all the times. And once you start working on overcoming these 7 challenges, your teams will start functioning as well-oiled machinery, and all your results, it will be easier for you to accomplish those results to your team.